Friends, if you're anything like me, you really find these headless basses very intriguing and interesting. And this one, of course, is a gorgeous example of that. I mean, this top wood's insane. This is another NAMM 2025 bass. This was another one that soon as you walk, it was like kind of front and center on the booth. As soon as you walked up to it, it just grabbed your attention. And it's no surprise just looking at the incredible finish and quality of these woods. Let's talk a little bit about headless though. Why a headless bass? Well, there's a couple things. One, obviously you've got a more compact, smaller form factor. This basically comes in a guitar gig bag. So if you think about that more compactness, how easy it is for like your load in and carrying and stuff like that, really, really tough to beat. Then also you have the tuning stability of essentially having locking tuning at both ends. So the bass just remains in tune and very, very stable. The other thing that is maybe not as well known, but with a headless, you've got increased sustain because you're not losing vibrating energy up on to vibrate this larger headstock. So more of that energy is going straight into the bridge through the body, and so you have increased sustain. And then there's also, and I think this is less noticeable, but you get some harmonic resonance for the strings that are behind the nut. And with the headless, of course, you don't have any of that. So it's more like sonically pure, if you would. So yeah, with all those reasons, it makes for a pretty compelling thing. And then for some people, of course, the fact that it looks so different is compelling as well. And then for other people, the fact that it looks so different is a turnoff. So, you know, that's just kind of to each their own. I've generally been the kind of person that I don't necessarily care what other people think about that kind of stuff, but I understand on certain gigs, doesn't matter what you think. You know, if you're backing up a certain artist, maybe this bass wouldn't be the right look for that. If you're doing like a, you know, traditional country or something like that. So I totally get that. But if you do have that flexibility, then you'll appreciate the lighter weight and the compact factor, the tuning stability, the increased sustain, everything that you get on that. So let's kind of walk through what we've got going on here. So obviously it's this just an absolutely gorgeous bass. The top is a Myrtle Burl 10 top. So this is a 10 grade Myrtle Burl top. Obviously we've got the Super 6. This is a Headless 634. We've got a 34-inch scale, poplar body, wingay neck, and fingerboard. MTD World 30th Anniversary logo. We have matching knobs, poplar on the bottom and Myrtle Burl on the top. Let's see, what else we got? Let me check my notes here to make sure I'm not forgetting. Oh yeah, so we've got matching truss rod cover, magnetic truss rod cover, magnetic covers on the back. This is kind of, I wouldn't say it's a standard feature, but it's a more common feature for MTD basses that have been kind of souped up. So this bass, the tone of this bass is definitely going to speak to anyone who loves that enhanced kind of like boosted mid-range. If you are a fan of like Smith basses, for example, you're going to love the way this bass sounds. This pickup placement really gives you that pronounced mid-range. Same thing maybe if you like the sound of a Music Man. Like this is going to give you that kind of burpy, kind of gnarly sound that just really kind of has that in spades. I'll just do just so you can kind of hear, because these super pickups, you don't hear a lot of demos on them. But here, I'll just kind of set everything flat. I'll put the switches in the center position. I'm going to roll the tone knob off about 25%, and I'll just put the rest of the controls flat. Both pickups fully on, and here's what it sounds like. So for me, that sounds like it's a little like thin and clanky, so I'm going to pull the treble down and boost the bass and maybe roll the tone control just a little bit off. That's sounding much better to me. So I'll take a little bit of those mids out here, or a little bit of lows out, boosting a little of the mids. both pickups on, and but with the switches in the up position, which is kind of a mid scoop. All right, and then here's both pickups, or both positions down. Yeah, so there's that, and then I'm just going to play through a few sounds that I like. So this is just the bridge pickup with a little bit of the front pickup mixed in, and a little bit of mids. Sorry, I wish I was a better player, but I'm not. Add a little bit more of the tone. Yeah, it just sounds great. If we go back to just that standard position, so switches are in the middle, got both pickups on, volume all the way up. I'm just going to put the mids back to where they were, and yeah, to me that's just such a great sound. The other thing you might wonder is like, well, with a 34-inch scale, is the B string clear? The B string on this thing's ridiculous because you don't have like the extra mass of the headstock and everything else. Like this B string is just tight, clear, without being like thin sounding. Like it's beefy. Yeah, it just sounds really, really good. So yeah, just wanted to run through a few of those sounds of the Headless Super 5 pickup configuration here for your listening pleasure. Well, maybe not listening pleasure because I was playing it. If someone else, imagine you playing it, but having these sounds. That might be more pleasurable. Let's see, the Buzz Fate and Tuning System comes with an MTD TKL guitar bag. What else? That's it. Yeah, that's all the specs on this thing. Really, really fun and gorgeous bass. One that I love, and I think you'll love as well. Oh, one thing, and I've noticed it I've noted it in the picture. One like slight imperfection. The inlay dots on the 24th fret are not particularly even. It's not like a big deal, but you know, you should know it. But beyond that, like, man, just a stunning bass. So if you'd like one of these, head on over to FretSpot.com. And if you see it on the site there, it's available. If you don't see it on the site, someone else got there before you and snagged it up. Sorry, friends. Happy to order you another one, though. Special orders take 18 to 24 months. Only $500 down to get the build started. You can send me an email at donovan@fretspot.com and just say, hey, I want a bass just like the one in that video, or I want a bass with these changes or these specs, and I'm happy to get a quote for you and get that to you. But I would behoove you to get over there and check it out now. Hopefully you'll see something on the site you love. I've got a lot of basses right now from the NAMM show, and they won't last. They're already selling. I've had 2 basses sell within the first few minutes of videos posting. So just doesn't last long. So get over there soon. If you see something on the site, don't just assume it'll be there later. And I know this sounds like sales talk, but I'm just telling you, like, the stuff goes fast. So, and then, yeah, so you can do that. If you need terms, I've got, I accept Affirm, and so you can get some delayed payment options through there, accept PayPal, all that kind of stuff. So, and I also take trades. So yeah, friends, check all that out over at FretSpot.com. And as always, hope you all are doing well and getting to play lots of bass.